Shishir Priyadarshi, let me just come back to you. For you, what would the big takeaways of this visit be? Because, to expect a massive change economically would take time. There is nothing wrong with the strategic relationship. It's a very privileged strategic partnership. For you, what can realistically be achieved?
Vishnu, two things. One, certainly, look, there is a huge trade imbalance. You talked of it. Let me also give the figures. Our trade is about 70 billion, but we import 65 billion close to it, and we are only exporting 5 billion. So Russia obviously has a huge rupee surplus. Now we've got to find ways. I think pharma, textiles, and machinery. Focus on these three. It's not an exclusive list, but to begin with, let the people in commerce, let the people in MEA just focus on these three things. Because look, there has to be some kind of a balancing to this skewed relationship. So that's certainly one thing that I would hope to see come out of this. The second, since you were just speaking about defense, but the same goes elsewhere too, we are dependent. But I think I'm hoping, and we've done a bit of work on this, that the relationship moves from a pure buyer-seller relationship to a much bigger co-production and co-development relationship. General Saab is absolutely right. If you're deploying, a certain missile in a certain aircraft, it will remain. But then, can we not start producing, or at least, as much as possible of whatever is required, rather than just purely importing it? A third point, which is not really related to this, I don't know whether it will get reported at all or not. My feeling is India's presidency of the BRICS is going to be talked about.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a very, very tough year to take on. And, BRICS is going to be in the limelight. President Trump will, show all guns across to the BRICS. And I think it will be India and Russia working in close tandem behind the scenes largely to ensure that India's tenure as presidency of the BRICS is as successful as our presidency of the G20 was, especially given the fact that on the other side, it's the US holding the presidency of the G20. So I have this feeling that this issue would certainly be talked about, and I'd be looking for little details on what comes out.
The BRICS point is a very important one, and I actually wanted to get into that next. Ambassador Malhotra, to you first, your perspective on that, talking BRICS and India's presidency. What's your view on that? And then I'll go to Dr. Hansler. Ambassador Malhotra first.
Well, it starts on the 1st of January, and I do know that we have been preparing for it. Consultations have been held and preparatory meetings, also with our Russian friends. And in fact, the point worth noting is that in every sector, our Foreign Office consults with the Russian Foreign Office in every division, every political division, whether it's Latin America, West Africa, ASEAN, etc. The counterpart divisions do consult. And so similarly, with BRICS Plus, as it is now known, we need to see that we act in a way that very successfully moves it forward. India is definitely up to speed on that, and we have the capabilities. So I don't see any problem in that happening. Outside pressures might be there to kind of trip us up or disturb things, but again, within BRICS itself, I don't think there are any serious differences at the moment, or any issues which might be so divisive that they cannot be got over by quiet and serious diplomacy. So I would say, good days ahead. India would have another cap in its feather as we move ahead on BRICS Plus.
Dr. Peter Hansler, would you like to share a little bit more on your thoughts on BRICS? The fact that this represents at one level a huge challenge to what the United States and Donald Trump believes in. I mean, there's been very strong criticism of that. And yet all the leaders of the BRICS nations appear fairly committed, to sort of BRICS being a primary international forum.
Is the question to me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because I do not, I didn't receive the sound very well from the Mr. Ambassador. But I do believe that for Russia, it's not only a bilateral issue with India, notwithstanding the fact that the relations are deep, very deep and friendly, as I mentioned before. And people, especially from the West, do not understand the term loyalty, the importance of loyalty in the Russian soul, not only in the geopolitical matter. That means it is extremely important, and among the BRICS members, the two largest with regard to population nations is China and India and Russia. I think this is basically a triumvirate of the leaders. And next year we will have India as with the presidency, and it will bring, in my opinion, these organizations a big step ahead.